felt Spencer really intimidated him that time into that miss.
Keith Williams underneath the Spencer.
3-on-2.
Nick Anderson dishes left. Marcus Liberty gets 2 more.
That's the speed in action with Spencer in there. They don't get back quite as fast. Payne and the quick forward have got to get back much quicker than that.
Liberty in double digits with 10. The sophomore out of Chicago. Everett Sullivan penetrates. There's another turnover. That's 11 in the first half now for Louisville. Kendall Gill. This time it is on Felton Spencer.
Well, Felton's been going up and down, using his wide body. That time the quickness got in front of him before he could really control the area. Ends up with his 3rd personal.
So he's got to go to the bench with 2:34 remaining in the half, and that will bring Purvis Ellison back in. Denny Crum. He's yelling at Donnie Green, one of the 3 officials who's on the other side of the court.
Changing the score. I think it really revolves around a correctable error, whether that basket that they called the charge foul. Wait a minute, it's gone back to 29 for Louisville. Incorrect score. And it was Louisville.
The scoreboard is now correct at 34-29. Kendall Gill, 2. On the line.
Must stay with Kendall Gill. He had to get that jumper off.
And a 6-0 run now for Illinois. It's 36-29.
Illinois is like a bunch of piranhas. You go in the water, and there's a frenzy about your feet, and all of a sudden you go down, and what's left is bone.
On the line, it'll be Louisville ball. This is an Illinois team under Lou Henson that is a mature team, and they've been together for a long time. And Kendall Gill told us yesterday he thinks playing together in the Prairie State League in Chicago helped them a lot.
Well, he sure did. He said they played against a lot of pro players, and they found out they had to play much better defense man-to-man, and it also helped them extend to their skill level, the outside game, the shooting, the foul shots. They learned an awful lot this summer playing with some of the pro players like Oakley and Pippen from the Bulls and the Knicks. Very, very important summer for those young players.
That foul was on Kendall Gill. You saw we're going back to our studios to Jim Nance and James Brown at halftime. An 11-0 Louisville run. There's Kendall Gill. Stress fracture of his foot that happened against Georgia Tech. He was out for 12. He's still got a pin in that left foot.
Told us yesterday he's got a pin in his finger, too, his left hand.
Hey, he's not superstitious. He's still wearing the same shoes he wore the day of the accident. And he was out for 12 games. You talked to Lou Henson about why they missed Gill so much. Said what they most missed was the flexibility and defense he gave them.
I think that he is such a big player at 6'6", that playing in the backcourt like he does is very important to match the skills that he produces at that size. The only other guy that they have is a much smaller player.
LaBradford Smith gets 2. He is 34 of 36 from in recent games. He's only missed 2 of his last 36. And it cuts the lead to 5. Lowell Hamilton, nice strong move. And look at Hamilton limp down court.
Well, he's hurting. Purvis is hurting. And Battle's hurting. 3 big guys.
Kenny Payne's not. Payne's got 12. Number 21 in red.
He is a competitor. Kenny Payne.
38-33. Nick Anderson backs in. What a shot.
Oh.
Ellison with a rebound. Quickly out to Williams. Traveled. That's 12 Louisville turnovers.
Now, they were way out of sync, and not just this pressure defense really hasn't been doing it to them, I don't think. It's more or less they get thrown out of rhythm without Ellison in there, not knowing who to go to, when to go to him. That's what caused the turnovers more than anything else.
Nice pass to Gill. Nick Nick Anderson.
No talking on defense.
That's the second foul on Kendall Gill.
You're going to see no talking on the defense. There was supposed to be a switch there, but the freshman just did not. Cornelius Holden recognized that that was his man. They didn't talk.
LaBradford Smith, the outstanding sophomore from Bay City, Texas, back at the line. Got a couple of sisters who played basketball at the University of Texas.
You know what his nickname is?
No.
Moose. You know who gave it to him?
Why?
His grandmother. When he was born, his grandmother asked LaBradford's mother, what are you going to call him? She said, LaBradford. She said, I'm not going to call him LaBradford. LaBradford what? I'm going to call him Moose.
And he's been Moose to the family ever since.
Ever since.
44 seconds to go. Larry Smith, number 23. That's Steve Bardo, number 35. Hamilton fights with Ellison for position down low. Louisville ball.
Now, Louisville can get out there and harass you as well as anybody.
Hanson's going to make a move on his bench now in the final 31 seconds. Largest lead of the first half was 12 at 30-18. And then the Cardinals, who were trailing, came back to within 1.
What a load they're putting on Sullivan right now to lead this ball club at this point. The point guard it in as we're coming to the end of the half.
How about the move?
Well, they all back down for him to go one-on-one.
On the baseline. No good. So what was a 12-point lead is reduced to 3 at the half. The end of the half with the score, Illinois 40-37. We'll continue after this message and a word from your local station.
CBS Sports coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship.
Points off turnovers, though, in favor of Louisville, 12-4. And we're set to go as Liberty is back in. Kenny Battle, who suffered the knee injury in warm-ups yesterday, played only 6 minutes in the first half. Purvis Ellison, who went down with a knee injury 3 minutes into the ball game, his right knee, not the one that was injured in midseason, his right knee, Ellison did play 16 minutes in the first half, and he's in the lineup right now. Illinois' Lowell Hamilton, he was out with an injury for a while, as the shot blocked by Ellis. Keith Williams thinks about going at Gill and then settles back in the half-court offense.
Purvis Ellison, after the block, ended up limping up the court.
And there's a turnover. Well, loose ball on the floor. And Nick Anderson does come up for it for Illinois. Underneath, Lowell Hamilton has to adjust the shot because of Ellison.
Boy, Ellison got a piece of it. But he's just limping up the court.
Ellison with the injured left knee. Underneath, it goes to LaBradford Smith. There's another turnover, and Anderson has it for Illinois. We've played a minute. It's been sloppy in the second half.
Now they're trying to take it to the hoop, and Ellison is making his presence felt.
Lowell Hamilton, they got him shoving off. It's on number 45, Hamilton. First team foul of the second half, and that's his second foul of the ball game. Irvin Small, number 24, comes back in. .37, no scoring in this half. This is an Illinois team that was ousted in the second round last year by Villanova. LaBradford Smith, nice move. He's fouled. Steve Bardo, number 35. And I was thinking about that Villanova defeat. You and I did that ball game, and they slowed down the tempo on Illinois, and it got them the victory.
Well, they really played with a frenzy last year. This year, they've gotten some other aspects of the game to help them along, outside shooting and free throws. But the pressure defense was probably the only weapon they had last season. They, right now, are in a world of trouble if Battle really can't get back here and help. And Hamilton, their ace, very experienced center, is settled on the bench in foul trouble. So now they're going to be on demand with their big people.
LaBradford Smith, you can see, he's an excellent free throw shooter.
Moose.
And he's now 5 for 5 today. Moose Smith from Bay City, Texas, the sophomore. And it's 40-39. The Cardinals have fought back to within 1 once again. They trailed by as many as 12 midway through the first half. And another shoving off foul. Nick Anderson got caught, number 25.
Trying to really establish himself in that low post, get something going to the hoop. Trying to pull Ellison out so he won't shot block. They got him up to the top of the key. But Anderson just a little bit too anxious to get that pass.
That's his first foul, second team foul, third team foul of the half on Illinois. Ellison, Williams, Payne, and Kimbrough starting 5 on the floor for Louisville. 24-8. Lob pass, the alley-oop. And it'll be Illinois' ball. Southeast and Midwest Regionals, Virginia, Michigan advanced in great games last night. Illinois, Louisville. The winner of this one plays either Missouri or Syracuse here Sunday afternoon.
Boy, did that Glenn Rice have a shooting spree last night?
Wasn't that something?
Oh.
4 great games last night. Anderson Hunt wins on a 3-pointer as UNLV knocked off Arizona. Sean Elliott's final game.
Good switching man-to-man defense here by Louisville. Early in the game, Illinois did establish Marcus Liberty, the first-year player in that low post, got off and really helped Illinois get off to a quick start.
Oh, he played.
They're having trouble getting the ball down inside at all now.
Played 2.5 minutes now. Illinois has yet to score in this half. Kendall Gill, Keith Williams. Nice pump by Gill.
Boy,
oh, good mid-air move.
They sent him to the left, and Williams was hanging right on his shooting hand, but what a move by Gill.
Among other things this year, Kendall Gill added 20 pounds and has increased his strength. And it obviously didn't hurt his agility.
He really gets up the shot.
42-39, 17 minutes to go in the ball game. Kimbrough gets one to fall, and it's a big one to trade.
That guy has been ice cold for the latter half of the season. It would really help Louisville's cause if he could get it going.
Liberty tried to draw the foul. Louisville ball.
They just smothering now all the inside attempts of Illinois. Illinois is going to have to really get that pressure defense going. Get aggressive. Go out and attack. Double team.
This could be the first Louisville lead since early in the ball game. No. Nice effort by Bradford Smith for the Cardinals. A Louisville team that struggled late in the season. Unusual for Denny Crum's bunch. Kenny Payne, that's the first shot he's missed tonight. And it was blocked. Anderson goes by Williams, gets the 2.
Well, that's what they do. They'll do it right off the rebound. Take it all away.
At the other end, Keith Williams, Kimbrough, who just hit the big 3-pointer. And Ellison battling down in the low post. Kenny Payne fights for position. Gets the ball, Small fronts Ellison. Underneath, Ellison. Foul by Irvin Small. You could see that one coming.
Says they were fronting and backing Ellison. You see now they got a guy in front, a guy in back. The ball goes quickly out to the foul line. That lets Ellison uncover. And not quite quick enough to rotate back and stop it. But what a read of the defense that time by the Louisville player.
Ellison, who had only 8 points in the first round game, came back with 21 in the win over Arkansas. Interesting, Tommy. He got a reputation as a sophomore as being non-communicative. He's really opened up to the press and I think to the fans in this his senior year.
You know, something I noticed yesterday, when I started going through different things, I found out something very important. You know why he never smiles? He's got braces. He doesn't want to show them.
44 all on Ellison's 2 free throws. 15:45 to go. Nice speed to Irvin Small.
Oh, boy. They pulled Ellison out to the top, past the foul line. The shot blocker is having to play a man outside. They're trying to get their game going to the hoop with Ellison not in a shot-blocking position.
46-44, 15:25. Kenny Payne misses 2 in a row. Keith Williams tries to grab it from Liberty and fouls in the process.
You're going to see getting position inside. Ellison trying to get in there for the offensive rebound, putting somebody on his back. Rebound comes off the wrong side as Liberty pulled it down, but the guard, Williams, right there to harass.
First foul on Williams. Anderson. Kimbrough gets it for Louisville.
I'll tell you, Ellison right now is what a big factor defensively, if not blocking, intimidating.
Traveled. That's 16 Louisville turnovers. Everett Sullivan, number 34, will come back in the lineup. He replaces Keith Williams. And again, if you joined us late, Purvis Ellison, the senior center at 6'9", injured his right knee 3 minutes into the ball game. He had already hyperextended his left knee mid-season and was out a couple of games.
And Battle has not been in there for Illinois an awful lot, nor has Hamilton with a sprained ankle. He went out, and now with foul trouble.
Kendall Gill blocked by Ellison.
That time they didn't use Ellison on the outside to get it inside.
Kimbrough. Illinois comes out with it. Steve Bardo, 4-on-2. Kendall Gill.
If they come up with a steal, they get 5 guys at you so fast, your big people better get back. Well, it's Layupsville.
He went over to Bradford Smith at the other end. Tip is good. Purvis Ellison.
Oh, boy. What a nifty move by Ellison that time.
48-46. Bardo comes. Oh, what a pick. They got Irvin Small. He looked like an offensive guard. And time has been called on the court.
Ball against a very, very good defense that doesn't make many mistakes. I'd have to say that was a tribute to the 2 guards at Seton Hall that win.
48-46 here, Illinois and Louisville. Illinois leads, 13:54 to go. Winner here takes on either Missouri or Syracuse. Kenny Payne. Felton Spencer back in the lineup. Can't get the rebound. He's playing with 3 fouls. Anderson a little out of control, but why not?
He told us yesterday, hate standing around. I want to go, man. Go.
He was so funny. He was talking about the Georgetown Providence. Here's a hell ball. Possession there at Louisville. Nick Anderson was talking about watching the Georgetown Providence game in the first round, which Georgetown, of course, won by 1 point. Not Providence, Georgetown, Princeton. And he said, man, I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand it. 50-46. Nice speed. Kenny Payne from Ellison.
Good look once again by Ellison. Once he couldn't find the handle, knew where the open man was.
By the way, that was 4 fouls just before the break on Irvin Small, so he's on the bench. Marcus Liberty, Steve Bardo, who has the ball now 35. Back to Liberty, the 6'8 sophomore. He's the tallest man on the Illinois team. Anderson for 3. Rebound, LaBradford Smith. Nice pass. Everett Sullivan for 2. We're tied again.
Under control, elected to pull it up so Anderson wouldn't have a chance to shot block it.
50-50, 12:45 to go. Foul called on Everett Sullivan.
Bradford Smith comes up with the rebound. That's tough duty for a guard. Way up long, but 2 defenders back. Sullivan says, hey, I've got that cute little 8-foot jump shot. I'm using it.
Keith Williams back. Junior from Louisville, Seneca High School. Williams had to sit out the first 6 games of the season with academic problems. Came back and has been a starter since. On the line, Illinois ball. Don't forget, coming up next, most of you will see NC State and Georgetown. Others in areas of natural interest will watch Missouri of the Big 8 against Syracuse of the Big East. That's next on CBS. 50-50, 12:30 to go in the game.
I'm pretty impressed right now with Spencer and Ellison watching themselves, particularly Spencer, who it's not easy to sidestep and not end up getting fouled. That time he got out of the way and let Payne pick up the foul.
Now, Kenny Payne got the foul, his first, and again, Spencer playing with 3 fouls. So he's gone with the twin tower set now. Here's Bardo at the line. Excellent free throw shooter.
You know, he's one smart basketball player. He's the guy, you know, that famous play where Anderson hit the shot at the buzzer up in Bloomington to beat Indiana. But he's the guy that called the timeout after Jay Edwards made that shot.
Back it comes. Bardo takes it for three.
Uh-oh. Well, if he gets it going from the outside and Gill gets it going. Shot fairly well from the outside this year, but they're going to need it tonight. They were only 18% from the outside in prior games in this tournament.
It's one of the interesting improvements for Illinois. Last year they were dead last in the Big Ten in three-point shooting, under 27%. They have improved to 43% this year, but Louisville can hit from the outside as well.
All right, you know, they kept talking about no background in the domes to shoot the outside shot. Means nothing.
Emerick Sullivan, the freshman, with 11 points for the Cardinals. It's 54-53. Liberty. Anderson goes at Ellison. And goes over Ellison for two.
They went through Ellison, not over. Ellison put both hands up, but the shot went between the hands.
Back to a three-point lead. 11:20 to go in the game. Again, Illinois' Kenny Battle is in the lineup right now, but he played only 6 minutes in the first half, and he's got that right knee wrapped. He wears number 33. Here's another turnover. That's 17 Louisville turnovers.
That was a bad pass.
Ellison can't hold on to the rebound. Anderson gets it back.
The piranha.
Kendall Gill. Liberty got position on Spencer for the rebound. Two for Nick Anderson.
So Kenny Battle isn't here. Hey, I'm going to win the Kenny Battle Trophy. The second hustlest guy on the Illinois team.
(58-53), 10:28 to go. Spencer, but we'll shoot a couple. Purvis Ellison, rather, not Spencer.
Oh, Purvis lipping around just a little bit, a lot less now than he had been right after the half, after he blocked a couple of shots, but not really his usual mobile self.
LaBradford Smith comes on back in. Purvis Ellison, as a sophomore in high school, was only 6'2" at Savannah High School in Georgia, then sprouted up to 6'7", and is now 6'9". The interesting thing is his dad's 5'8", his mom's 5'10", and we had to laugh yesterday as he misses the first. Kendall Gill of Illinois met him for the first time. What did he tell us?
He said, I didn't think he was that big. He's big.
He's listed at 6'9", and the shot rims out. Bardo gets it. 58-53, nearing the midway point of the second half. The winner gets either Missouri or Syracuse. Smith comes from behind. Anderson, quick move, knocked out of bounds. Illinois ball.
You know, Nick Anderson reminds me a little bit of from the Washington Bullets and the New York Knicks of old. Quick, the name. I can't think. I lost it.
I did too.
Yep. Okay, forget about it. Bernard King. That's a quick release of the ball. Quick release of the ball. Inside. Before the big guy can get at it.
Anderson. And the lead is 7.
Oh, went over Spencer that time.
Nick Anderson has 20. At the other end, Emerick Sullivan now has 13. The lead is 5. 9:43 to go.
Well, Battle's in the ball game, but he is noticeably off his game.
Looks like my group will be into the round of 8. Kendall Gill, Marcus Liberty.
Oh, what a read of a double team. Went over the top of Spencer to find the open man. Knew right where he was.
The lead is back to 7. Denny Crum's team trails. 9:29 to go. Welcome those of you who watched Duke defeat Minnesota tonight. Semifinal. New Jersey score right now 62-55 Illinois. It was tied 50-50. Foul called underneath on Marcus Liberty. We were tied at 50 with 12:45 to go in the ball game. Illinois has outscored Louisville by 7 since then. Virginia and Michigan advanced to the regional finals in play last night. Illinois, Louisville meeting now, and Missouri, Syracuse here in the next game. Illinois or Louisville will face either Missouri or Syracuse here on Sunday afternoon. LaBradford Smith, perfect at the line tonight. And there's the Syracuse team, Matt Rowe. The Orange Men, they take on Missouri next.
Now, what's happened in this ball game is that Illinois has reasserted itself. Their big guys are roaming around inside as they have successfully pulled Ellison out of the paint. And Denny Crum has countered by putting the Twin Towers in there. Spencer and Ellison together, although Ellison has just coming back in the ball game again. But they lost the size advantage for about 3 minutes. And Kendall Gill made a couple of great plays, as did Nick Anderson, going one-on-one. Now they got Ellison playing Anderson.
Underneath, Kenny battles to Kendall Gill. Where's the foul going to be called?
That was a schoolyard push in the back. Those are the ones where you used to end up hitting the pole underneath the basket.
That's a 17th foul on Illinois. The foul is on Steve Bardo, his second. And that will send Louisville to the line with the bonus for the remainder of the game. Duke defeats Minnesota 87-70.
And Purvis is going to shoot the foul. You know, during that slump, and everybody was jumping all over the Louisville players, and somebody asked Purvis if he thought the other players were jealous of him. And he says, yeah, I think they're jealous of me. He said, Kenny Payne is jealous of my good looks. And Fraley is jealous because I got my car. He wants it.
Ellison so far tonight, 5 rebounds, 4 blocks. He's got 11 points. Injured his right knee 3 minutes into the game and has favored it ever since. But playing what could be his final game in a Louisville uniform, he's giving it everything. Oh, Larry Smith, strong move. And I think a good no call by Dick Paparo underneath.
Spencer did the best he could, try and pick up the charge call, backed off, didn't go for the block whatsoever. Louisville had their hands on it at the trap part of the defense.
LaBradford Smith got one. That's for 3.
Boy, that outside shot, as compared to the last time we saw him play, is under control. Very smooth.
Smith has 14 points. He's tied with Kenny Payne. The attempted answer at the other end, Kimbrough with a rebound. 2-point edge. The trap doesn't work. Here's LaBradford Smith. Tries for 3 more, short. And Bardo behind the back pass, 3-on-1 with Sullivan back. And a bad pass. Rejected by Louisville.
Twin Towers, actually Kimbrough is the guy that blocked that one.
You don't get those many opportunities, 3-on-1, Tommy. Sullivan short. 64-62, 7:40 to go. Nick Anderson, the junior out of Chicago, hurries down. Back it comes to Bardo. Rejected by Kimbrough, who got hit in the head. Kimbrough's injured at the other end. Now he comes up as Sullivan controls it, and time has been called as Tony Kimbrough took an elbow in the forehead.
I think it was a hand, actually. Tony Kimbrough really makes a great defensive play here, gets right in there and leans over, makes the block, and then gets hit with the backlash of the hand right in the eye.
Duke wins tonight over Minnesota. They'll take on either Georgetown or NC State. That's going to be Sunday afternoon at East Rutherford, New Jersey. Georgetown and NC State getting ready to play. That's next, and most of you will see that one. Others will watch Missouri and Syracuse. Spencer can't get the rebound. He's playing with those 3 fouls and trying to protect himself. Illinois leads 64-62. Gill trapped in the corner. LaBradford Smith.
With Spencer and Ellison in there, they are able to put a shot blocker and protect the basket on either side of the court. So any side that they try to penetrate, they can cut you off. And Kimbrough, who had just left the game because of that slap in the eye, was also doing an effective job of shot blocking.
Smith, Payne, Spencer, Ellison, and Keith Williams on the floor for Louisville. There's Kendall Gill. Oh, did he get the touch?
Well, I tell you, he is some kind of player. Great moves and under control.
Gill with 14 points. 4-point Illinois lead. These two teams have only met once before in their respective histories. 1979. Ironically enough, Illinois knocked off Louisville late in the year of 79, early in the 79-80 season. And Louisville, of course, went on to win the national championship with Darrell Griffith. That was 10 years ago.
Oh,
great quick hands. Bardo and Liberty. And Larry Smith with a chance for three.
Well, Smith is the fastest of the guards with a hard push, and he's like water. He will go as far as you go, let him go until you dam him up. Here he gets by his own man. Spencer trying to pick him up, but much too late. And that's the fourth on Spencer.
Danny Crum looks over at his bench and asks Kimbrough if he's ready to come back in. Instead, he'll send Everett Sullivan in. So the Twin Tower idea, which gave Louisville at one point an 11-0 run in the first half, works effectively here, but Spencer goes to the bench with his fourth foul.
And it certainly was intimidating while he was in there with those 3 fouls. I thought he worked the 3 fouls nicely. That time, the Louisville guard just didn't do his job.
Smith short. Steve Bardo goes to the line. Thought he was going to get a chance for the conventional 3. 68-62. 6:14 remaining.
Denny Crum sitting over there, just not a happy camper.
Had an interesting thought for us about the midseason slump they had, Tommy. He said for the first time his team got tired in the middle of the season.
Well, he prepared his team differently this year. Usually he starts out with fundamentals, but was forced to go to the team concept in the practices early because they were playing some tournaments. And he thinks that that's what really caused the problem of their being mentally and physically tired after that injury of Ellison. And he gave his players a couple of days off, shortened up the practices, and they got it back in sync just before the Metro tournament.
Bardo gets 1 of 2, 69-62. Largest lead of this half has been equaled now at 7 points. Williams hollering out instructions to his teammates. Louisville team, it's 24-8. Keith Williams, not a good outside shooter, and that one won't go. Kenny Battle fights for the rebound, knocks it right to Kendall Gill. Back to Ken Battle. Underneath, dishes to Larry Smith. Has a chance for 3. Keith Williams with a foul.
Well, 2 of the Louisville big guys never did really get back in time to stop it, and Williams had to make a move as the Illinois players got great position right in the paint, and finally Ellison does show up, but much too late.
Tony Kimbrough comes back in, and Keith Williams picks up his second foul. And Larry Smith, a junior from Alton, Illinois, is at the line. Every player on this Illinois roster is Illinois born and raised, or at least raised.
Illinois' 27 regular season wins is the most in the school's history.
Well, they've had a rep of losing early in the NCAAs, and indeed they have the last couple of years. That's going to be Ellison, offensive foul. Got him throwing the right elbow. 71-62, 5:25 to go. But this Illinois team did advance to the regional final under Lou Henson in 1984 and had the misfortune of having to play Kentucky at Lexington. And they wound up losing by 3 on what some might say was a disputed call late in the game.
Well, Lou Henson, I'm surprised he didn't have his orange jacket on tonight.
No,
last year in the tournament, he had the orange jacket on.
That may be why he doesn't have it on tonight. 71-62, 5:20 to go. From OK, Oklahoma originally. Honest. That's his hometown. OK, Oklahoma, Lou Henson.
At one point, the players were going to burn that orange jacket.
Everett Sullivan Kenny Payne can't hang on. Marcus Liberty gets it. 5 minutes to go. Field goal percentage, 48 for Illinois. Louisville, 43. Larry Smith tracks it down.
Yeah, Louisville's kind of forgotten about Kenny Payne and their offense.
Smith. Oh, nice quick move. And another block by Ellison.
Oh.
That is the 12th block by Louisville. At the other end, Kenny Payne stripped of the ball. Off Payne. Illinois ball.
He was a little frustrated because he hadn't touched the ball. That's why he went to take the shot.
4:33 remaining. Illinois leads by 9. Is the site of the 1992 Final Four for the NCAA tournament. 4:33 to go. Vern Lundquist, Tom Heinsohn. This is a brand new configuration for basketball. They played basketball in here twice previously. We are actually located along the third baseline. The old configuration over along the first baseline. Lou Henson looks on, trying to get his team into the round of 8 for the first time in a few years. Louisville has cooled off considerably in the second half, Tom.
Kenny Payne, I think he's one of their options they ought to start looking to. He's 1 of 6. I got to get him feeling good about himself. That's why he took that shot and had to bounce off his chest out of bounds. Had a 4-on-1 fast break.
LeBradford Smith, number 23, 71-62, Illinois. We were tied at 50-50. The Illini had a 3-point lead at the half, 50-47. The largest lead of the game was early in the first half at 30-18. Shot goes, Everett Sullivan.
On a rotation of Illinois' defense, they forgot about him, and he just sneaked in along the baseline. No shot blockers there for Illinois, like Louisville has.
Larry Smith, number 23. No team on this Illini squad taller than 6'8". That's Marcus Liberty, who has the ball right now.
They're playing without a center. They're keeping the middle wide open so that they can make some cuts or high picks and then drive strong to the hoop, and they're putting the pressure. There's Purvis Ellison ending up on the guard. Got him way out, so he wasn't protecting the basket.
Lead is back to 9.
Very smart play by Illinois that time.
Kenny Payne hits only his second shot of this half. He's now 2 for 7. The lead is back to 7. 3:15 to go.
Get him coming off some picks. He's got the stroke.
Steve Bardo. Back it comes to Kendall Gill. It's Gill, Bardo, Liberty, Smith, and Anderson on the floor right now. Hamilton in battle. Get rest. There's the 13th block. That is a new NCAA tournament record in a single game. LeBradford Smith short with the 3. And Bardo fought Ellison off for the rebound.
Boy, somebody just yanked him, man. No call.
2:35 remaining in the ball game.
Dave's doing a great job keeping Ellison away from the basket. Now, using his man to set picks on the outside, so he's got to come out with them. And that middle is wide open for somebody to go to the hoop.
This is an Illinois team that won its first 17 of the year, got ranked number 1 for the first time in the school history, and then lost after they lost Kendall Gill, lost their next game at Minnesota. Underneath again, Marcus Liberty.
Oh.
The tip is good. Dick Anderson.
What a great play by Liberty, though. Little fake on Ellison. That's what you do to shot blockers. He missed it, but Nick the Quick was there.
Timeout, Louisville. Four in Seattle. They lead 75-66. Under 2 minutes to go. The last time Illinois had a Final Four team, 37 years ago. The coach is Harry Combs. You recognize the second guy on the left-hand side?
Is Johnny Redcurse, second on the left, and came in, played with the Syracuse Nets in the NBA. And Bill Russell turned him into a passer. Used to be a scorer. Bill Russell turned him into a passer.
Payne, no. Everett Sullivan with a rebound. Air ball.
Oh, what a rebound.
Outlet pass. Listen to the roll. throw. A year ago, Illinois lost to Villanova in the second round. In '87, they lost to Austin Peay in the first round. In '86, they lost to Alabama in the second round. They're trying to erase that recent history. Foul. LaBradford Smith. Coming up tomorrow, the World Figure Skating Championships continue from Paris, France. You'll see a men's recap with the USA's Christopher Bowman and Canada's Chris Browning. Plus the pairs competition. That's tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern on CBS Sports Saturday. Kind of a wonderful way to lead into our CBS NCAA basketball coverage from Paris, France tomorrow.
You know, you really have to admire this Illinois team to lose their leader, so to speak, Kenny Battle, who really wasn't a significant contributor here other than the fact that he is gutsy enough to try and go out there and play. He was in pain. He was really not mobile. But I think everybody on Illinois is going to get a shot at winning that second place trophy hustle award, the Kenny Battle trophy.
It was 1984, the last time the Illini were in the regional finals. That's when they lost to Kentucky in Lexington. There's Lou Henson. And there is Felton Spencer. He has a year left at Louisville, but for Purvis Ellison, the final 65 seconds of a glorious four-year collegiate career. Ellison, who was the MVP as the Cardinals defeated Duke in Dallas in 1986, is a minute and 5 seconds away from winding up his Louisville career. And the free throws not falling for Illinois. Here comes LaBradford Smith.
Well, you have to say that Illinois got some spectacular play off the bench tonight. Marcus Liberty played well. Smith played very well. As two big guys were not able really to contribute for Illinois, Battle and Hamilton.
Don't forget next, NC State against Georgetown from East Rutherford. Most of you will see that game. We'll be back here in the Metrodome in 30 minutes or so with Missouri against Syracuse. There's Jerry Jones, 16 years, Denny Crum's assistant. And Lou Henson getting ready to celebrate for about an hour, and then he's got to go to work.
He's a great checker player, but the next round he's going to have to play chess.
That's right. Illinois will go up against either Missouri or Syracuse. LaBradford Smith, final 40 seconds to go. Shot short. Kendall Gill, spark plug of the victory. Good. Marcus Liberty.
Short.
4-on-1. Steve Bardo. Dish it to Anderson. Final 4 seconds. The Illini have done it by 14. Illinois takes on either Missouri or Syracuse here on Sunday afternoon.